Hello, hello, Black Chinchilla here. Or if I have never introduced myself, my name is Michael. So, hello, everybody. As you may or may not have noticed, we have a brand new cast member here. We have Kat from Studio Catbird. I've been working with her for a couple weeks. I've been editing a video for a comic dub that's going to be coming out pretty soon. So that's going to be pretty exciting. If you like Undertale content, which is the bulk of her content, that's what she has. She has a pretty large channel as well, so pretty loyal fan base. So she has to be doing something right. So if you want to check her out, feel free to do that. It's Studio Catbird on YouTube. But obviously, this isn't about that. The premise of this particular episode is that Sadie is working. Sadie has been working at the Big Donut by herself after Lars has been taken into space. She is really tired, so Lapis and Peridot have come there to be a temp worker for a day so that Sadie can get some rest. So if this premise sounds very familiar, it's because it kind of is. I wrote this episode back when the most recent episode of Steven Universe was the Sadie Killer episode. So that's how long ago that was. Anyway, so the point of this is so that way you guys can have a visual for the scene that you guys will be acting out. And then I also have another tab for direction, so that way you guys can get a better understanding of the motivation of your character in this particular episode. I just want us to be on the same page as much as possible, especially since we're doing this whole thing where you can record on your own time. Us being on the same page is very, very, very important. Yes, let's officially get started here. So the story opens up, the first shot opens up with Lapis, Peridot, and Sadie outside of the Big Donut. Sadie is unlocking the front door to the Big Donut, and she has the first line here. And she's saying this pretty grateful and relieved. So she's like, I can't thank you two enough for agreeing to do this. It really means a lot. The Steven asked if we could step in for a bit to give you some time to rest. As his best friends, we were more than happy to help. It's not like we have anything else to do. Sadie opens up the door and she says, let me show you around. So the shot that you see here with them sitting at the front counter, I just want to put a visual in your mind of how this is going to play out. It doesn't really matter for your performance. But basically it's gonna show the room empty without them. And then it's going to zoom in on the different pieces of equipment that she's going to talk about. And then the last shot will be them standing at the counter. So it's going to be like this. So Sadie's like, so here's the cash register. That's the donut oven. You'll be selling donuts in this room for the most part. People will come in, ask for a donut, then give you cash. You'll take the cash and give them a donut. There's also donuts in the back if you need them. Obviously, you'll need to put those in the oven. Sounds simple enough. You can count on us! The next shot is of Sadie leaving the Big Donut. So she's like, great. I'll be back 1 hour before closing to help lock up. See you later. And then it's a shot from outside of the donut shop. And then it'll be like time has passed. And then the outside of the donut shop will have like a huge line formed outside of it. And then it will be Sadie walking through the front door. And then she's immediately greeted by a very excited Peridot. So Peridot's like, hey, Sadie! And then Lapis asks Peridot, could you heat up the oven? Peridot salutes, on it! And then she runs over to the back of the store. And then Sadie is pretty impressed with how great you guys did. Wow, you two really outdid yourselves. We told you we can handle it. No kidding. I can't wait to see how much money you made. What's money? Sadie digs into her pocket and then shows her what money is. You know, the green paper stuff. Oh, cash. People gave us a ton of that stuff. Were we supposed to keep those things? What were you doing with them? Well, and then Peridot comes running from the back of the store and she dumps a bunch of money into the fire that's burning in the oven. The oven is all fired up. Uh-oh. And then it cuts back to Sadie, and she's just like, her mouth was open, and she's like shocked at how terrible, how much money they've been wasting. So she feels like she really messed up. So it's just like, and then Lapis is like, I think we broke her. And then the episode ends. So this one isn't like super hilarious and over the top like Joyride was, but I think it's a solid episode. I think it's pretty funny. So here we are. Haha. So yes, look forward to seeing you guys' performance. Like I said, if you want to hear more of like the motivation of your character in this episode, check out the direction tab. That one I'm just going to go over motivation and go over how your character's emotions progress through the episode. Basically, it'll be really short, probably like 2 to 3 minutes. Just going probably like spending a minute on each person. Real quick. Anyway, peace.